Welcome to the wood shop. This is where the magic happens. Has been a work in progress for the last 3 years. Let me show you around. Over here, I have a variety of sticks that are in various stages of being prepared. A lot of dried blanks. There's a couple of green sticks in there. Most of my sticks have been dried for at least a year, unless they're like fresh. So if they're brand new, fresh, ready to go, that means you could buy them and then strip them yourselves, and then you'd have to wait a little while for them to set up. But you get the satisfaction of taking off that green skin, which is also really fun. Man, these ones here are the I don't know what to do with them category. I mean, this guy here is a beaut, but it's also very old. And I'm not sure if I feel comfortable selling that to someone unless somebody really wanted it. So it's in the I don't know what to do with it category. These are some other ones. Again, a nice big green stick. A little wonky end on the end. It's so tall, and there's really just like a diamond there and there. And then, well, I guess there's one down there. So it has a lot of potential. I just not sure what to do with it. Same with this one here. It's got that wonky little warrant at the end. Not a great staff. It's got some great designs in it though, so it's worth keeping around. It might end up being a walking stick. I'll just cut it off right there. And then we got the rejects pile. So these are sticks that are just too spindly. I don't want to give that away. Also, this one has very few diamonds in it. You know, it's a good find, but I realized that it wasn't worth the time. And there's others in that category too. This is a great example of one that really, you know, great start. I love how this is going, but then the cracks start to show up, and then by the time I get down here, the cracks are so wide, I just don't feel comfortable selling that to somebody. So fortunately, this one's going to end up as firewood. I guess that one's just really skinny. Yeah, I don't know if that's really good for much. Nice little top, but down below, just so skinny. Here's another one. Really great start. Love that diamond in the top. I love that it's got a nice handle place. But then as you get to here, it's kind of like, sort of stops. Now I could try to turn that, I could cut that off there and make that into a walking stick, but I think I figured out my walking sticks need to be about 48 inches, so I'd have to cut it off about there, which kind of loses that. It only brings me to 42 inches. Some cool stuff in it, but it's just a really awkward walking stick. That was the pile of the ones I'm tossing or I can't do anything with. These are the ones here I'll be working on today. I just need some trimming or fixing up or changing in height. And then over here, this is the bin of ones that are near finished, near completion. This one here is probably done. I just need to post it. It's one of the earlier ones that I did. Didn't know what to do with it. It is finished. In a finish that I wasn't happy with the way that finished, so I'll definitely put that up as is. But I did learn how to carve this knot as a handhold, so that's a carved handhold. Added some gold. It's a nice stick. It is a nice stick. I don't have much of a use for it. Put a rubber bottom on the bottom of it. Yeah, overall great stick. Somebody could really use that. does have this unfortunate crack there, but it has been sealed up. I'll probably seal it up one more time before it goes out. But yeah, great stick. Anyway, this is the bin of hopefuls. These are the ones I am going to turn into sellable sticks. They've all got, you know, they're at various stages of completion and they're very different from one another. This guy here is my forest gnome stick. Really love this stick. It does have a little bit of gold epoxy resin in there, but it's basically done. It just needs to be sanded and completed. This one here, oh my goodness, I don't know if I'll ever sell this one. This one is my absolute favorite. It's just gorgeous. I don't know if I've ever seen diamonds like this before, so it's probably going to stay with me. Just too beautiful. A couple other ones here. This guy here, that's epoxy resin. I was playing around with this. I don't know if I'll actually sell this one. It's unless somebody actually really wants it. It's got a few little deficiencies. Probably need to be filled before I actually sell it, if I do sell it. This guy here, again, not completely finished, but, and this one's actually, I don't even know if this is diamond willow. It does have these little notches in it that sort of look like diamonds, but it doesn't have the smell that diamond willows have. And it was designed to hold a little lantern. And the batteries are dead. If you've got yourself a little lantern, it's kind of like a Led Zeppelin-esque lantern Stairway to Heaven stick. Now I'll show you a little bit of some of the other stuff that I've been doing. Now I began doing this stick. It's a Stinnett stick. So Mike Stinnett, check out his channel, Stinnett Sticks. He is a master carver and he's got some really great tutorials on how to make these. And I was so excited. I got carving this. I got the snake shaped, and then I was ready to start doing the head. And at a distance, that head looks great. But when you get up nice and close, you can see I screwed it up. So that head is way too flat to be a snake head. I'm a stickler for perfection, so I need it to be just right. And that snake head is too flat on that one side. So I'm going to start over again. This will be that's my practice stick. This is a cedar log that I've been carving up. So this will be the next stick, and I'm going to make the handle about here. And I want to do something real funky with the top. So this top here, I was thinking maybe something in the realm of Gandalf the White. Is a beautiful staff that he gets. If you're a Lord of the Rings fan, Gandalf has a beautiful staff at the end, and I thought, it'd be kind of cool to have a snake wrapping around his staff. So yes, those were the hopefuls, or the ones that are in production. And then over here is a mishmash. So I have a number of sticks. Oh dear, I knew this was going to happen. These here are going to be walking sticks and or conversation pieces that will be for sale coming shortly. These ones here are like my oversized sticks, except for this here, I guess, birch that's drying. So yeah, these are like oversized sticks. I'm reluctant to cut them down because then they lose some of their power. Although this one here, I can already see. I'll make this guy here into probably a walking stick. Oh, it's so cool. I love this top. Maybe not. It just has this like wizard look to it, but it's just so spindly down there. That's for a future date. Post those. And then these will be walking sticks. So walking sticks, in my opinion, are kind of in that 4 foot, 4.5 foot range, right? They kind of come at a nice, easy height. They're just kind of like, almost like a cane. They work like a cane. Yeah, and then this is where the magic happens, is on this table. I trim off my ends here, size things up and trim it down here, and then If I need to do stuff, I just go outside. I can do all my sanding and bark removal and stuff out here where it's out in the air, the wind blows it away, less messy, less in my face. Oh yeah, and there's this guy. And there's you. Oh, you. So the top of this is a much softer wood, and then it's attached here. It's got a nice two-way screw, goes into the willow, and then into this wood here. Basswood, that's what it is, or basswood, however people say that. And then the rest of this, just a gorgeous diamond willow attachment. Kind of a taller staff, but it's got some character, kind of like old man Willow if he had like a sweet beard and, I don't know, little beads in his beard, and a braid, and a ponytail. Hey! So to wrap this up, I wanted to just finish with an overview of tools that I would use for diamond willow, for any kind of carving of any sticks. But because I do a lot of diamond willow, I think it's fair to say, yeah, most of my tools are based around the idea of carving diamond willow. Let's start with the most important tool, I would say, if you're hunting for diamond willow, if you're going to do the looking for it yourself, you're going to need a folding saw. This one's okay. It's the Fiskars, I don't know, I think I paid 20 bucks for it. I have a much better one that I carry with me in my backpack that's a lot stronger, sturdier. This one will get the job done. It's pretty aggressive, but you know, you get what you pay for. The next stage of, you know, tools that I would go to, you need something to remove bark with. And when you've got something, you know, like this, and you've got some pretty heavy duty bark that has to come off, a tool like this actually, and I know a lot of people probably look at something like that and think that's, you know, something from the 1800s, but I'll tell you, nothing removes bark faster when you're standing up and you just use it to scrape down. It really takes it off quickly and efficiently. It does leave massive gouges, so you're really only going to want to work on the really large kind of bark, whereas if you got a really skinny stick, I would stay away from that. My next tool, probably either or here, but like I would just go with some kind of a carving blade. That could be just a knife. I really like these little guys. Okay, I've got a lot of control with these if I'm just going to be blading something. However, I would say for diamond willow enthusiasts, you're going to need to invest in something like this. So this is a carving jack. And the beauty of something like this is not only does it have, you know, blades, but it's got chisels, it has gouges like that. But the real secret for why these things are amazing and why you should get them for diamond willow is that little guy right there. You're thinking like, well, why wouldn't I just use this? Well, that little curve, that little extra curve, there's two sizes on this one, like a smaller curve and then this larger curve. That curve is what I need in order to get inside these little diamonds. Okay, if you want to clean out all that bark out of the diamonds, and maybe you don't, if you're not planning on cleaning out the bark, you're going to leave them like that because you like the look of that. You don't really need that. But if you're someone like me, I love to clean it out. I love to see that cool dark bark or dark wood on the inside, and so I like the curve. I will also say I did find this, like this thing is where this is around $200, $220 Canadian. There's a cheaper alternative. I don't know if you can find them anymore. This old timer. I think I paid 60 bucks for this. And look at that. It's got all the things. It's got the scoop. It's got the blade. It's got the gouge. And it was much cheaper. Also, you get what you pay for. It's a little bit flimsy. Doesn't have the locking blades. But it still works just fine. Next step up is when you're lopping off branches off of your willow. So let's say you bring back you know, stick like this. You got a few little, I mean, that one I can break off, but like this one, not so much. Obviously, cheapest way, use your saw. I would say another investment would be a rotary tool. If you don't want to spend all the big bucks to have, you know, the Dremel, you know, this kind of thing with the cord and, you know, the heavy body. Sorry, you can't see that in the shot. Like this kind of thing. I mean, this is a great investment, but it's not necessary. This one is a fraction of the price. Okay, battery operated, and I mean, that's the downside, is with battery operated, it's going to die a lot faster. And sometimes I wonder if it's actually worth it for something like that. If you have patience, see, it just keeps dying on me. So this is more the fine tuning. I use this for if I'm doing like really, you know, simple carving, but cutting, it's not great. I'm going to go to the Dremel for cutting, or I'm going to use a saw. Or you could also, if you have a Sawzall, that works just as well too. Another feature or tool that I like to use is my angle grinder, and this one has the like 4 amp battery on it, so it's a little bit more powerful. It's got a little bit more juice to it. And then I put on this an arbor bit. So I hope you can see how aggressive that thing is. That will chew through wood like you won't believe. Really great for grinding down. I'll just show the example. Arbor bit is really great for grinding off branches. Where is it? So I just did this one yesterday. There was a big branch sticking out there yesterday, and I just took the arbor bit, ground that down to nothing. I'm now cutting to that image of me doing that. Really great tool for doing things like that. And if you're doing very aggressive carving, that arbor bit is a game changer, because it'll take a lot of wood off really fast. That's gotta be careful with how fast it does that. Now, I don't have a drum sander. That might be a future investment, but I do have things like, you know, I've got the belt sander, right? This can work if you've got a jig to put it into so that you can sand off what you need to sand. But, you know, in the future I might have it. I need more power in this garage in order to run something like that, so I don't have that at the moment. Most of my tools are cordless, as you can see. And then things like, you know, a chop off saw. So I do have, you know, that's a pretty old saw. I use that just to do my sizing up of my my stuff, and that's it. You don't really need much more other than sandpaper, you know, various grits of sandpaper. That covers most of the necessary tools for doing stick woodwork. I should also mention something like this. This is a wood rasp. Okay, a nice aggressive thing like that. That's for removing a material fast, but a little bit more controlled. Something like this can go out of control real fast, where a wood rasp like this will save you from going and removing too much wood too quickly. That's it. Thanks for checking out my shop. I got more sticks coming on the way. Lots of videos on the way. I got a sanding video that's already come out. I'm going to be finishing my diamond willow sticks here shortly. I'll do a video on that. I'm going to go back to my snake stick. Okay, I'll be returning to this in the near future, so stick around for those videos. See you in the next one.